that, sir. I'm going to cut you off before we even go any further. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. Everyone wants to focus on a plan that might have been done differently. Well, I'm going to tell you, I stand 100% with my county commissioners, my county manager. We did what we had to do at the exact same time. I wouldn't have changed anything. And I know, being in those meetings from the very minute, this storm was very unpredictable. And I say right here, my fellow brother Chad Chronister here from Hillsborough, I called him 5 hours when he got word that the storm was going to hit Tampa. And I said, Sheriff, I'm sorry, I see the projected path. I'm going to send you everything that we have to help you. Well, that unpredictability, he called me back and said, Sheriff, look at what we're talking about. That storm's now coming your way. We weren't even in a projected path or cone, okay? So I'm confident that we gave everything to this storm that we should have at the right time. And I think more so, the governor had it right. He said, after the cameras are here and they're long gone, you know, there's a thirst to be first, right? Everybody wants that information. Well, for us, it's about a commitment. It's not just the cameras. It's about moving forward in a positive way. And now let's focus on what's the right thing to do and how we can help the people that are in need. Next question.
Sure, if I may follow up, please.
Yes, sir.
Respectfully, my name is Boris Sanchez. I'm with CNN. I'm purely presenting the questions that are being asked.
Of course.
On the ground, who are reading these reports and reading this plan and wondering if something could have been done differently. We respect what you're doing now. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Again, respectfully, places like Hillsborough County, counties nearby, Lee County, issued evacuation orders well before Tuesday morning when Lee County did. What do you say to residents who look at that and wonder why Lee County waited to do so?
And respectfully, I say, because of that projected path, we were not even in the cone. And the storm was slow moving, about 9 miles an hour, although it packed a horrific punch. The second that we could and should issue that order, I'm confident that we did. Again, we wouldn't change anything. And also, I also understand that there are some people that don't want to leave their homes. We cannot force them to leave their homes. That's their homes. But we can do everything we can to educate them and make sure they're aware of what's coming their way, or possibly. Because again, this was so unpredictable. So I do stand by the plan that was in place. And I know that we did everything possible, respectfully, for everybody here. And I know that. Next question. Yes.
Did you say there are 42 casualties overall?
Yes, sir. So right now, as we stand,
The variety of counties that are represented here?
as we stand today in Lee County, we have done over and about 800 rescues. We have 42 casualties related to this storm. That's the numbers we're at right now. 42 is 42 more than I ever want to talk about. Safety and security is always our number one thing. But I also want to praise the men and women. You know, first, my heart goes out to the families and everybody here that's affected throughout our entire state. I want to praise the families of the first responders. I see people from Miami, people from all over the state that have left their family members in places where they don't even know if they have a home or if they're affected, but their attitudes are so good. They're going days with no sleep. They're working hard and doing a great job, and that's the real heroes.
Follow-up question, because we're hearing from residents that they say they're talking to folks who are in the law enforcement community, and they're saying that there may be hundreds of bodies, there may be hundreds of deaths. Do you have any indication as to how high the death toll might go?
Like I said, we have 42 casualties. That's 42 more than I want to talk about, but there is unknown. I mean, we're going through a lot of debris. I mean, we have buildings, multiple floor buildings that have been washed out, okay? It is incomprehensible what we're looking at. So I can't give you a definitive number, but I can give you, please, I know it's difficult. A lot of people, there are a lot of rumors and people are talking from a lot of different places. There are not hundreds of bodies on beaches. Bodies are not washed up on beaches. Right now what we have is 42 deaths, and we're going through searches that are continuous around the clock, because you do a cursory search at first, and then you come back once, twice, 3 times, and it gets really, really down to the nitty-gritty where you're going through every part of a home and through a lot of debris. So sometimes it's very difficult to find someone, God forbid, that's in need or help, or someone that's deceased. Those numbers could go up. I don't know. I pray and hope that they don't. But right now it's confirmed, 42.
Sheriff, where were those 42 souls found? Inland or on the beach?
I don't know the exact locations. I know it's pretty sporadic. I can get that information for you. I just don't have it ready right now. Any other questions?
Any arrests for looting upon anybody?
Yes, we have. And unfortunately, we took a very aggressive stance right from the beginning, as we always do. I mean, look, people's homes were washed away. Their lives were washed away. They don't even know if they have food or water, and that's what we're trying to deliver. So the last thing our residents need to worry about, or the great state of Florida residents, is people looting or preying on people that just took a hit. I took a very aggressive stance on zero tolerance. We have deputies from all over the state with our local, state, and federal partners to ensure there's no looting. Unfortunately, people tried to loot, and guess what? They got caught, and they're incarcerated. But I can tell you this, and I'll repeat myself again, this is very, very specific, okay? When I say zero tolerance, I stand with our great residents in zero tolerance, because law and order and safety and security is number one. If someone makes the error to walk into someone's house, rob, steal, and loot, they're going to be carried out. And I'm certain about it. I stand with the homeowners and with the residents. Law and order prevails all the time. Any other questions?
How many arrests did you make?
I don't have the definitive number. Right now is approximately 4.
Same location or?
There was 2 different incidents in the very beginning of the storm, 1 later on. So that's 2 separate incidents, but both were handled immediately. All hands on deck here in law enforcement.
Do you know why some people might not have gotten word early enough to evacuate? I know that you were saying that you stand by the decision that was made, but we talked to some folks who say the last time they looked, they thought the storm was going up to Tampa and so on. Is there some issue now with maybe people just aren't looking at local news sources?
It's hard to say. Some people, might not use the internet. Some people might not watch the news. We did everything we can, even at the ground level. We had troops. Our community response unit is out there educating and talking to people. You can't go to everyone's home, but you do the best you can to get that information out the best you can. And, if unfortunately someone didn't get that information, I haven't heard of that, but, we're always looking to do better. And maybe we learn why that person didn't, and maybe going forward we can try to address that specifically. But we really did our best immediately, and everyone here did, to get that information out.
One last question,
Yeah.
sir. Have you heard from the White House? Have you got an indication that President Biden intends to visit the county?
I know that President Biden had spoke to one of the county commissioners, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm not certain when he plans to visit or not. There's some rumors about his visit. I have not spoken directly to the president. I've spoken to the governor on a daily basis. I've spoken to senators on a daily basis, but I personally have not spoke to the president. And if he comes, it's welcomed, and we appreciate his help during this time of need. We need all hands on deck. This is not a time for anything other than all hands on deck, and let's be that unified team, and let's help people that are in need.
Thank you.
Thank you.